Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Kbroadcast for the 26th episode, where I have the absolute pleasure to be presenting today Virginia DJ Moon. Hello, Virginia.
Hi Kim. How are you?
So, I'm fine, thank you. I'm very, very pleased to be able to be having this discussion with you today, this conversation, and I was going to tell the auditors where we met. So we met during the first edition of the Festival de l'Aube in Grens here in Switzerland in June, and you actually animated the Ecstatic dance that happened, which was just a pure explosion of wonderful experience. And I wanted to offer you the opportunity, Virginia, to tell us who you are and how you happen to get into this industry, and tell us a little bit more about you and your story.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let's see where I start. Well, yeah. Let's start. I think with music. Yeah. I love music. I'm in love of music since since I can think. And I always loved electronic music. Well, other types of music as well. But I was very into the night and clubbing scene in Madrid. When I was in my 20s, I was very, very, very there, and I always admired how a DJ could create a common vibe for the people, to dance. And for me it was fascinating how they weave all this wonderful music and to see the people just connecting and dancing. And my reflection was that despite of the alcohol or the substances or whatever in that moment, for me there was like an underlying longing of connecting, and I think that was what was resonating with myself, with my own longing of belonging and being together, So I started playing as with friends and at private parties and raves and all this kind of stuff. But when I was 28, more or less, I started to have we could say like kind of a spiritual awakening, or more than a spiritual awakening. Is just I was just saying, if this is life, it's not for me. I need change. And so I started my own development, like self-development path. Like being in contact with meditation and yoga and some therapies. And in a very magical way, in Malta, I went to Malta. I didn't know why, but I felt the pull to go there, to have some months for me to see what I wanted to do with my life. I discovered the 5 rhythms, the 5 rhythms dance. And it was in a very magical way. Someone wrote it in a paper, put it on my hand, and I said, "What is this?" And he said, "Just go and look to internet." Then I discovered the 5 rhythms. I started crying, and I said, "Oh my God, this is for me," because I also I love dancing. It was always together, music and dancing. So I being in contact with different therapists and therapies, like kind of psychotherapy in a very like kind of humanistic area, more contact with my emotions and all this stuff. And in a moment, in 2017, someone I know, Arun, which is the creator of Ecstatic Dance BCN, he told me, "Hey, listen, I want you to join my team." I was a DJ, like in normal places, and also I was a 5 rhythm dancer for almost 10 years. So I had very great how the music touches people, and also beside I did all other trainings in body and music, and I said, okay, let's go for it. And then this amazing journey started. I started here in Barcelona doing my residency once per month, and then I started traveling, and yeah.
And Virginia, can you tell us a little bit more? What is the difference between, as you said, a regular DJ and an ecstatic dance DJ? Can you tell us what ecstatic dance is?
Mm. Well, from the point of view of the whole thing, let's say, the difference is for me the intention, the the consciousness around ecstatic dance. This doesn't mean that someone that goes to a club is not conscious, because I know, and myself, I've been in clubs like really consciously feeling how I am, how I feel, what I need, and all these things. But in general, at ecstatic dance, we put the intention in being conscious of what's happening to me and what's happening around me. You know. Also, it's ecstatic dance is a drug and substances free space, and that's very important. Like a guideline, well, like a rule, or I don't know how to say in English. And the other one is to be in silence, not talking, because usually what we do, even in normal life, when we don't want to feel something, what is arising is the easiest. One of the easiest is just to start talking, And yeah, at ecstatic dance, we encourage people to start. I mean, to move, maybe move a hand or whatever, but not talking. And in a club,
so expressing yourself with your body instead of words.
That's it. That's right. So yeah, could be in general, could be is this the difference, and we open. Yeah, this intention. It's also in the opening and in the closing. I mean, in the moment you do something with purpose, so you put the attention. That's very, very, very important for the whole thing to happen in a specific way.
There's one thing that I noticed as well during the I wanted to say ceremony, but during the ecstatic dance.
Yeah, it's a ceremony, it's a ritual. Yeah.
You invited us to ground ourselves, so there was this whole introduction before the music started really, and that we were invited to start exploring ourselves with movements. We had this little grounding movement. Can you tell us a little bit more about it?
Yes, for me this is a very, very important part of an ecstatic dance session, and yeah, not always is done for me with the depth is needed. I'm not saying I do it better or worse, but for me the important point is to anchor our body, ourselves in our body. For me, being spiritual and being in this earth as a spiritual beings, and to feel and experience, we need to be connected with our bodies. So yeah, that's why I think we do all this warm up before ecstatic dance, and sometimes it's as simple as breathe and to feel our feet and to feel our body. And I do this because we go in our lives like cat, with no connection of. And maybe sometimes we think that when we are connecting with our bodies, we need to see something or do something extraordinary. And no, it's just feeling. I mean, feeling if you are cold or if you are hot or warm, or if you are if you are hungry, or if you feel heavy, or it's about this. So in the moment you put the attention in your breath and in your body, in the movement, it's like you go one floor deep on the sense, on the perception of yourself, and perceive yourself is just as simple as how I feel today physically, and then if you go to the physic, you will feel very probably emotionally something. Sometimes we don't know what emotion is, but I feel something here, or
yes.
and that makes the experience go as much. The deeper you go on the awareness of yourself and on your breath, the deeper the experience you have. It's the body is the gateway to the highest trip you can have. But sometimes we want to go very high and expand ourselves in a like transpersonal experience without going in, and that's like for example, when you take a Coca-Cola, a Coke, or when you take something from the McDonald's, it's a moment of but it
doesn't last very long.
A ground, yeah, that's it. Yes.
Virginia, what is that you offer today? So
here in Barcelona?
Yes.
Yeah.
Or everywhere in the world, wherever you are, there's no limit.
Yeah, in ecstatic dance we had this problem of the restrictions and COVID. Then we had to close our weekly space. So I am very lucky because I live in I have a little room here to dance. So I started something called weekly session called Ecstatic Dance Underground every Friday. Yes.
I love that.
Yeah, and since October more or less, and we are doing every Friday 2-hour ecstatic dance, proper ecstatic dance. We are very lucky. We have nice neighbors, and yeah, it's like everything goes with a very nice.
Yeah.
And yeah, we do an ecstatic dance. Usually, we do this introduction, this warm up, a little bit of conscious movement, and then we have a 2 hour of a DJ set. I usually play myself, but today is the last day of the season because we start with other trips and other this summer
other projects.
Yeah, so today is the last session, and another DJ, like a special DJ, is coming to play. Yeah.
Wonderful. Virginia, why is it that it's so important for you to be offering these ecstatic dances?
Yeah, what to say? For me, the first thing that comes up is people gathering and people sharing from a deeper place, where we are all the same. I mean, we are all the same, of course, outside, but the sense of being the same and being on the same ship, the same ship, for me is deeper here. We are just, for me it's very important nowadays to connect with our spontaneity, with our wild part, the child part, which is very castrated in this culture we live in, patriarchy, So for me, to connect with the spontaneity, with the child, with the wild part, where you can make sounds, move freely, we go in a kind of a suit, and in life in general, we don't express ourselves. So this for me is it's an amazing space, ecstatic dance, to to do that. And you can see even the more shy people, and or these people that prefer to sit and not dance so much, maybe as a DJ you think, oh, they are getting bored, they are bored, and they are not feeling the session or whatever. They come after, or you see them after, like this, and so open, and so you see, yes, I'm doing what I need to do.
I have the impression that it's really a place of respect. Not that I'm picking on clubs or other DJs or other styles, but I have the impression that during ecstatic dance there's like a common rule where we all respect everybody's expression of how they want to express themselves, always in a very secure place as well for everybody. So there's no dangerous movements or harming that is accepted. Let's agree on that.
Yeah, absolutely. In even one of the rules is about respect of yourself and the other, and we encourage people just to be very mindful when they approach other people to dance or to play. Yeah.
And concerning the way that you said, like penguins, we come with a suit. I have the impression that we've been taught to disconnect with this intuition that we have as children, to just freely and joyfully live and express ourselves and just be full on out there. And because it's too noisy, it's too messy, we unfortunately are told to shut a little bit more in our shells. And so would this be an opportunity for our shell to reopen a little bit and be able to go and touch who we truly and deeply are?
Yeah, I agree absolutely, because even we are all different and we have all our different personalities, but we all have a wound of love, depending on the stage our character has been shaped. All the different personalities have something in common, is that the child wanted to express or to get, because in the beginning, when you are very little, it's not so much to go out, but to receive, the mother function, they say. But there's always a cut in the longing of, or in the needing, or in the longing of going out. There's always a shut, or not giving you what you need, not because the parents are bad, but could be they don't have time or whatever. But it's not, you don't receive what you need in the moment, or you are not approved on your expression, or you are not approved or loved or seen, or then there's always a hunger. There's always this human longing for connection with for something. So at ecstatic dance, I think this is even for the people, because there are personalities like mine, that we are a bit like, let's go for it. We are the first line.
You put yourself out there.
Very next to the DJ. And that's another. That's a way of disconnecting ourselves of what we are feeling. But at ecstatic dance, it's very nice, because there's a moment of so much energy, and then the DJ maybe boom, make a silence and go to a very soft or sweet piano, for example, music, and that's like like a knife on the how do you say, mantequilla? Well, on cream,
butter,
like on butter, like, and then it's like you have this moment of you cannot fake it anymore. It's like you go inside. That's why I also love ecstatic dance. All these different soundscapes, not always like this, or not always very light.
It's a balance between all those different peaks, right?
See, yes.
Yeah, you mentioned about the society and the time that is very we're always in a hurry. We never really take our time. And what I really appreciated during this experience was that during the ecstatic dance, you can feel like you're rising with the rhythm, and then gently. It's always very gentle and very the word is missing. Subtil. Well, never mind. It,
Subtle, subtle.
yeah, it's just there's no as you said before, you were saying we're cut because of time, because of connection, and here it's just like really being in a flow and letting yourself go with the wave.
Mm. Mm. Yeah, I think this it's also an important part of the DJ. I think it's also important the how do you say, the sensitivity the DJ have, because you can make a cut on the, but for me it's needed then if you are gonna do a cut of the rhythm, like a very sharp, you know, it's important you accompany, how do you say accompany, yeah, with a nice track, because you know when the rhythm cuts like that, you sometimes you can remain like you know, like what happened, you know, with the music, and then you're feeling something, and then there's the music entering to carry you or to
Again, yes.
Yeah, it's also I think the energy of the other people, or the energy that it's on the dance floor is another dancer itself to carry you. Yeah.
Virginia, what would you say would be the benefits
Of dancing? Yeah.
It's a tough one.
Yeah, first thing that comes is about like regaining vitality. And when I say vitality or vitality, it's about being in contact with your sexual energy. And when I say sexual, I'm not saying nothing related exactly to
making love and
intercourse or something of this. No. Our sexual energy is our creative energy, our life force, which starts in our feet and goes through our legs, and then goes to our hips. And in our hips, if we open, it's like a distributor, like a generator that irradiates to all our body. And that's the energy we need to in our lives to live, to make changes, to move forward, to relate to everything, you know, to not being trapped in fear. I'm not saying that feeling fear is bad, no, but it takes also energy to be willing to feel our emotions, and emotions are our how do you say, our light, like a light spot that gives us information to decide what to do or what not to do. So yeah, it's being in contact with our life force in a very general way. Of course, if we go to the little detail, you will open your body. Then if you open your body, you open yourself, and you can recycle your energy. And but for me, it's about life force with all that can touch, you know. For me, everything. And about connection. Yeah, here I'm thinking about oneself, you know, but also about connecting with others, you know. I think and now in these COVID times, we have more fear than before, which was a lot, to be in contact with people. talk with people, to we are mammals, and we forget, and this is a pity. And then I'm thinking now these days a lot about addiction, and how we disconnect from our animal longings. We are mammals, so if we don't connect with people skin to skin, or talking, or having meaningful sharings, for sure we need that. Something is missing, and for sure we are gonna go into addiction, whatever, food or films or Netflix or substances, sex, blah blah blah.
Yes.
Yeah, I think ecstatic dance is a wonderful space to create connection, human connection.
And Virginia, is it fair to say that ecstatic dance is not only an activity that happens during nighttime, that it is something that can happen during the day? That what I want to say by that is that it's the different energy that you enter with versus when you go to a club. Generally, the clubs, you go past midnight because before there's no real thing, nothing really happening. Yeah. Whereas here, we're not there to show off. We're not there to be with beautiful makeup, a wonderful dress, and the most amazing haircut. It's really about something totally different and totally deeper. I'm not judging anybody or anything. Please don't misunderstand my words. But I really want to sense this pureness, this it's really mind-blowing experience, and that doesn't have to happen during nighttime. It's open to all kind of people who can come and join and live these sessions. For example, could kids come and live an ecstatic dance?
Very interesting with what you're saying. Yeah, for sure, because like opening yourself and moving your body and connecting with other people, it's something you can do at any time. And it's very curious for me. And it's wonderful to feel the difference of energy when you play or when you dance, because I see it from both sides. In the morning or in the evening. The vibe is different, and as a DJ is very nice because you can feel it, and then you choose one different kind of music. When you see what's happening. So yeah, it's I just love that part. I remember, for sure, when I went to a club like 20 years ago, like, okay, I want to listen to the DJ and I have to wait till 3 o'clock. What?
Yeah.
It's so I don't know if this is the word in English, unorganic, no organic.
Yes.
Like, I mean, for sure you have to take something mandatory to be awake at 3 o'clock, or 3 coffees, or I don't know, I would say 90% of the cases. So this is wonderful. And about kids, well, depending on the session. For me, the point of the kids is about volume and their ears. That's something to take care of. And, kids are really spontaneous and open, and not everybody likes the vibe. So for me, it would be important for the parents to take care, But for me personally, the vibe that they can bring on the dance floor is very nice. But depends a little bit on because I come back to respect, There's people sometimes, on their journeys that don't want that that someone goes and bumps or whatever, or
interferes in their sphere.
So what we said is just for the parents to be mindful and just to protect their ears. But I personally like the vibe they put in, and on the especially on the morning sessions, that's very nice.
Yes. During the festival on Sunday morning, we had a 5 rhythm dance at 9 o'clock to start the day. And personally, it was my first experience. I had absolutely no idea what I was going to live. And after 2 hours, I was soaked. And it was really interesting to be able to feel the difference of when you have a dancing session in the morning, whereas in the afternoon or in the evening, and it was totally different. That's why I asked you that question about the time. Aesthetic dance isn't just about dancing during nighttime as the society usually offers us.
Yeah, it's a kind of a ritual, and rituals are welcome in every moment of the day. Yeah.
Virginia, you animate aesthetic dance, but not only. Would you like to share with us what you do the other part of the time?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, in this path of when I discovered 5 rhythms, I also discovered Gestalt therapy, which is a kind of psychotherapy um, of the humanistic branch of psychology. We focus really on the link, on the relation with the client, and what is happening right now, more than in some mental stuff. Of course, we use the mind, but we use what's happening, and yeah, I become a Gestalt therapist, and also I studied integrative body therapy. I studied the character and the personality on our body, and bioenergetic, energetics. So yeah, I do one-to-one therapy sessions online and in person in Barcelona and in Ibiza. And I also run this conscious movement sessions, which is very. It's not an ecstatic dance because we really, I really guide, with voice, and we have a clear intention to make people move and connect with different stuff or what's happening. So yeah, this is a little bit what I do.
And Virginia, where can we find you if we're interested in the underground sessions or these other sessions that you just talked about? Where can we find you?
Yeah, you can follow me on Instagram. It's Soundscapes of the Moon. Also my Facebook, Virginia Almarcha. And if you want to dance a little bit, you can go on to SoundCloud or Mixcloud, both platforms. And my ID is the same, Soundscapes of the Moon. You have some music for dancing.
So I will put all that information in the comments of this video.
Super.
And I wanted to add another little thing. I wanted to thank you, Virginia. Thank you for coming on Kbroadcast. And for those who want to find out a little bit more about you, I will put all these information in the comments. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for sharing all this beautiful energy and information so that we are a little bit more aware of what aesthetic dance is. Would you like to share something else before we say goodbye?
Just to say thank you very much for the interview, and also for bringing me to Mark, also for bringing me to Switzerland. It was wonderful, and I hope that we connect soon for other sessions.
That would be great. I had an absolute pleasure having this conversation with you, Virginia. I wish you a very, very good day, and hopefully see you very soon for another crazy experience together.
Yes.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
very much.
Ciao.
Bye.